Hi, Suzanne. Um, these are the chickens. They just followed me out. They've been out, but I came out and they thought I had food, but I kind of wanted to show you around. Now they're like going away empty beaked, I guess. Um, they're like disappointed, but anytime I come out of the house, they love it. Oh, we got one in the coop. So this is the coop, the kind of the I would call it the coop part of the whole setup we have. And this needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but they've got like a interior, and they've got this ladder which needs to get cleaned off that goes up, and it's been modified a little bit for the rooster because he was injured, and he likes it. He seems to do real well with it, and he usually hops up here to the high perch. The higher it is, the more status the chicken has. So the rooster and some of the older hens, or the more persistent hens, stay up here outside a little bit. But by outside, it's really not outside, because in the winter we put up this fabric here to kind of keep the wind out, and we have clear tarp here, and this is their water setup. The orange one over there is a Walmart one, and we're waiting for that to kind of kick the bucket, because the Walmart brand, I would call them waterers, aren't that good, but we still use that one. And the others we got at TSC, and they're higher quality. And we got PVC here. We drain it the nights where it goes below freezing or near freezing, and we totally drain it. In fact, what I do after I drain the water, and I'll show you that in a minute, but these little nipples here, I make sure after I've drained all the water that there's no water coming out of the nipples, because the PVC pipe can freeze and break. And this is their feed, and this is where they spend the day. So they've got perches and all kinds of things that they would like to do during the day. And we also have a dust bath that has some wood ash and sand. And this is their feed. We give them a 22% protein feed. This is the can where the feed is. And this right here is where the feed goes down into. That's a regular cake pan. And that your dad just kind of improvised with the stuff we had on hand, that cake pan right here. And then here is their feed, and I put red pepper flakes, keeps worms down. And this right here, I have some diatomaceous earth, but I need to refill it. I put, they say about, what do they say? About a tablespoon per quart. But I don't use that much, because I'm also using the red pepper flakes. This right here is the nest boxes. And I'll show you how they get to the nest boxes inside. Now, every setup is a little different, but this is what I have. So every container right here has wood shavings. Oh, and they gave me an egg. Well, that's good. So I'm going to have to get that for later. So I have actually 5 nest boxes that they can use, but they usually have their favorites, and it's usually 1 or 2. And that's kind of like a thing with birds, with chickens, is that I heard they will stack up 3 high to be in the same nest box because I think it was an instinct to ensure that the next generation gets hatched and survives. That's what I heard. I'll go inside again. Oh, and this is oyster shell. They should always have oyster shell handy because the feed, even though it's high calcium, they always need more. So get crushed oyster shell, have that available as they need it. They don't eat it unless they're laying eggs. And this is how they get into the nest boxes. And there's plenty of nest boxes here. I have wood chips and pine needles, and pine cones don't really make the best compost, best bedding, but the wood chips are the best so far that I've had anyway. I'm going to go around. This is the outside, and we have tarps all around it because it's pretty windy and cold, and we need to give them a windbreak. This is their water here, and we have a valve here, and that I drain it for the night. I'm going to drain it soon anyway, so I'll just drain it right now and show you what I do. And connected to this cooler. I'll let it drain right now. Oh, there they are. They want to see what I'm doing, I think. When the water's not cold, I sometimes dump the bucket. It's connected with this tubing, but it gives me a little bit of room to bend this thing over. You don't want that water. And so I kind of tip this over and let the last little bit of water out. And then I'm going to go inside and make all the water come out of the nipples. I have some water out here they'll have before they go up. I like to loosen that because it gets frozen in the morning. We have this tarp right here. We have it as partial windbreak for the weather, but also for shade when it does get warm. It helps when this side of the coop, because it gets a lot of sun. So I just make sure these nipples get all the water out of the nipples. Yeah. They peck at everything, and that's why these waters work. They're attracted to it, and they just will peck at anything, and then they get water. They don't thoroughly fill them up with water, but they do get enough to keep them hydrated. There are lots of other water systems, but that's what we chose. And they're only in here because I'm here. They're usually out. except if it's windy. Well, I guess this is it, really. Your dad's on his mini bike, riding around. I don't know if you could see it in the video. Here he is. Okay, and the chickens are pretty chill about him being on the bike. And so I'm going to make sure they have water over there. Oh yeah, I want to show you before that I want to show you the treats. We have popcorn in here, and we get the chickens in the coop at night with the popcorn. And see, they think they're being fed. They're not. And this is where I keep the scratch. And that's this is kind of a high quality scratch. It's got a little corn, but it's got like lentils and stuff like that. Oh, come on. And here's Mr. Kerfuffle. Yeah, he's sweet. He was injured, but he's doing really well. I think we did it right.